say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, I would like to introduce our presiding officer for today's ceremony, our executive officer, Captain Brandon Johnson.
Good morning, we're on Laheen today. Good morning, Norfolk Naval Shipyard. Thank you for all being here today for our annual Memorial Day ceremony as we take the time to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Today we reflect on the true meaning of Memorial Day, which for us carries special significance by the nature of our work at Norfolk Naval Shipyard supporting the sailors who go into harm's way to protect our freedoms. We honor the fallen through our actions and through our mission. Here at Norfolk Naval Shipyard, our daily work is deeply connected to this solemn duty. Every time we turn a wrench, weld a seam, or engineer a solution, we are directly contributing to the safety, readiness, and survival of our sailors. The warships we maintain and modernize are the very vessels that project American strength and defend our freedoms across the globe. By demanding first-time quality, executing with precision, and returning these ships to the fleet on time, we ensure our warfighters have the reliable platforms they need to execute their mission and return home safely. In a very real sense, the uncompromising standard of our work at this shipyard is a daily tribute to those who have fought and died for this country. We honor their memory by doing everything in our power to protect the next generation of American service members. As you leave here today and return to your families and your holiday weekend, I ask that you carry the spirit of this ceremony with you. Take a quiet moment to reflect on the legacy of the fallen. Speak their names, remember their courage, honor their sacrifice. They gave up their tomorrows so that we could have today. Let us ensure their sacrifice was not in vain. May we always remember them, not just today, but every day. Thank you.
Now I have the honor of introducing our keynote speaker for this event, Vice Admiral Joseph Malloy, United States Navy, retired. A third-generation naval officer, this New York City native served 38 years in the United States Navy. He then joined the ranks here at Norfolk Naval Shipyard in February of 2025 as the senior advisor, highly qualified expert, to the shipyard commander. Please welcome Vice Admiral Malloy, retired.
Thank you, Nicholas. Good morning, Admiral Captain Johnson, Mr. Largy, Captain Onbold. It was an honor for me when Nicholas Boyle asked me to be a guest speaker today in honor of Memorial Day. It's an important day to remember. It was initially started after the Civil War, and through the subsequent years has become a federal holiday. America asks us to take time to remember those who carried out their mission. Their ultimate sacrifice allowed our country to grow and prosper. For many of us, Memorial Day and this long weekend is the start of summer, a time to gather with friends and family, take picnics, and have well-earned vacations. The Admiral and I want everyone to enjoy their family time and head into the weekend. Today is also a day to remember the phrase, all gave some, but some gave all. In my case, today has tremendous meaning for me as a number of people I have served with across all services that have given their lives to defend our country. However, as part of this event, I will mention just two people who are my classmates in the Naval Academy. like all of you, would be gone for hours and people would know. Both of these officers I will mention lost their lives in very different parts of their careers. My first today's memory is about my 79 classmate, Mark Lang, who was killed in combat over Syria just 4 years after he graduated. In October of 1983, the aircraft carrier John F. Kennedy, the first one, CVN 67, was diverted to Beirut, Lebanon, in the eastern Mediterranean. This ship was passing away from the Indian Ocean was because it had just happened the bombing of the Marine Corps barracks in Beirut. It killed 241 Marines and sailors on 23 October. These great servicemen were part of a multinational international peacekeeping force. And at that point in time, the rules of engagement were not quite, we weren't as aware of the dangers for Americans overseas. And this was really a watershed event for protecting our sailors and Marines. And in fact, at that moment, the rules of engagement, the Marine Guards had rifles, but they could not have bullets holstered. So they had to put their clips in, and by the time they got their clips in, and to shoot at the truck going into the building, it was too late. They'd already gone in and a bomb had gone off. Tremendous learning across the country from this major event, but also 241 Marines and sailors were killed that day. The search for the guilty sailors took time, but eventually the United States did retaliate. Retaliation was sparked by firing of Syrian missiles at two F-14s in December. None of the planes were hit, but President Reagan decided to respond with an airstrike. The provocation of the United States was small, but everyone knew this was actually going to be a vengeance mission for killing of our Marines. Mark Lang, my classmate from Fraser, Michigan, and was the pilot and his fellow crew member, Bombardier Navigator Robert Goodman, from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, were flying their A-6 light fighter bomber early on the morning of 4 December 1983 on a retaliatory bombing raid in Syrian targets in the Lebanese mountains. While lining up for its attack run, the A-6 intruder was hit by a surface-air missile in the right engine nozzle after dropping its bomb load and hitting its target. The plane was still in a steep dive at 1,800 feet, and that was a call for bombing runs at that time. The A-6 was diving deep, got hit, and was going down. And it was getting ready to pull out. At that point, the rear fuselage and wing were on fire, and then the starboard engine exploded. Now, on an A-6, the engine car hanging from the wing was actually embedded in the body of the port starboard side of the airplane. Demonstrating tremendous airmanship, calm under fire of bravery, the pilot, Mark Lang, kept the aircraft airborne and brought it back up to level flight so that the Bombardier Navigator could eject. After almost flying to the ground because they were on that steep ground, he pulled up as the hill was climbing in front of him. He pulled up as last he could with the speed of his airplane to give himself a chance. And the plane was seen in his last moment of climbing before it exploded. It crashed on the 1,000-foot hill below it. At that moment, Mark Lang ejected in the final moment of the flight. However, his parachute failed to properly open and fully deploy in the short time he had in the air. He hit the ground hard. His left leg was badly damaged and bleeding profusely. He died shortly afterwards, surrounded by Syrian troops. Lieutenant Goodman broke 3 ribs and injured his shoulder and knee during his ejection and landing, but that was okay. He was also captured by the Syrians afterwards taken to Damascus. Mark demonstrated tremendous airmanship, professionalism, and the love for a fellow aviator. Mark left behind his parents, his wife, and a 2-year-old daughter. My second classmate, remember, is another Naval Academy classmate, Jerry DeConto. Jerry was born in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, in Sandwich, and was a high school soccer star. Before his appointment to the Naval Academy to play soccer, he traveled around New England. Captain DeConto graduated with a bachelor's degree in physics. Rising through the ranks, he served on every type of surface ship, many here in Norfolk. On the Excel of Minesweeper, Fresno, he was a DD, Lake Erie cruiser, and had command of Simpson and Fraser. He also attended the War College and Naval Postgraduate School. Jerry was now, in the summer of 2001, Jerry was now the post command shore duty and been promoted to the Director of Operations and Plans and Op Admin 3 staff, and was in the Pentagon on the morning of September 11, 2001, as a Navy duty captain. As American Airlines Flight 77 hit the Pentagon at 9:37 a.m., Jerry was in that command center organized the Navy's initial response to the airlift attacks on the World Trade Center building. Jerry was on the ground floor in the D-ring of the Pentagon, directly in line where the airplane was approaching, and then it struck the western face of the Pentagon. Jerry DeConto and everyone in his Navy watch team were killed that morning, as the entire Navy command center was obliterated in a crash and fire. It lots of personal to me as a friend, but also as I live about 60 yards away in the sea ring on that side of the Pentagon. The serving warfare offices I was in were also directly in line with the plane strike, and a few floors above the 757 there in the Pentagon. My office and the floors and walls did not collapse, as the cockpit stopped 25 feet below my desk. I was lucky. My summer worker team and I could walk away as the floor held. We got out before the fire spread. Jerry and his entire command center team could not escape. Mark's and Jerry's death will have built a hole in their families, their communities, and hearts for all they touched. However, their friendships, bravery, and commitment to duty will never be forgotten or lost. We must all honor Memorial Day and continue to share the stories of patriots we've lost and to remember what they sacrificed for the rest of us. They put their lives on the line to protect our freedom, defend our Constitution, and volunteer to serve, knowing that that might be the outcome. I want to thank all of you for being with us today. I want to thank all the shipyards, past and present. Thank you for the dedication you provide, taking care of our ships and sailors, and to allow them to deliver combat power to our Navy fleet. May God bless our nation and watch over our ships, our Marines and sailors who are deployed. May also watch over our SSB and patrol and our fast sex government wherever they be. May God bless the fallen. May God bless all of you. May God bless American shipyard. Thank you.
Present arms. This concludes today's ceremony, and thank you for being here today to honor our fallen.